Life technology. Technology.
Welcome! Out our dreams, we're all right where we should be. Welcome everyone. Welcome to the Life Spirit Tech. We have a phenomenal guest and lots to talk about. We will talk about all sorts of amazing subjects that are going to help you and get out of your fear state and get into the love state. We're here with the lovely guest, Monica and Enrosa.
Hello.
Welcome, welcome. Say hello to the world.
Hello, how are you?
She is one of the most fabulous artists I've seen around a lot. Around Sydney, New York, Paris, you name it. I've seen art all over the world and I've been a fan of her for so long. Her art transcends different universes. She's like an Alex Gray, doing it in a little bit of a different way, not as trippy and hallucinogenic, but more in a discoverable way, which is perfect. I feel like we can really learn from this. She's from Argentina, and it's a unique process, and she resonates and transcends art. She's a designer and illustrator, and you've been painting professionally since the 1990s, correct? And in a transcendental world, you paint about love and happiness and peace, and that's the core of your art, correct? Is that right?
Yeah, the intention is to bring all the things that I would like to achieve or to enjoy in my life into a canvas, and then I create that energy.
Let's give the viewers this up close and personal picture that we love so much.
This picture is because I wanted to attract abundance, and I brought in this image all the elements that I thought that represent abundance for me.
I love it.
And I think that I have quite a bit, all the physical, emotional, and spiritual. The symbol of the continuity.
Yeah.
So above, so below. Female, male, neither. Fruits and trees, and
butterflies and stars. And
life, the loving heart.
Double tree, and look how beautiful the moon is, the details.
That's why I thought it has everything that I would need to feel abundant in my life.
The infinity symbol as well. There's an infinity. There's so much abundance out there, guys. The chakra, which chakra is that?
That's the throat chakra that represents the self-expression.
Energy and the
creativity and self-expression.
Yeah.
Yes, freedom, knowing yourself.
I love that. It's so cool.
Knowing yourself and expressing yourself.
So vivid, all the colors. And this is just one of the pieces we took. There's like a gallery at your home, which I felt so much gratitude. Just the energy in that room and that place was just resonating through me.
We can go later actually and sort of do a bit of walking around and show all the paintings.
Yeah, we should definitely do another episode and just show the gallery.
Yeah.
Show monicaandrosa.com.au. Little plug on your site. And guys, if you want to have some amazing art in your house, if you want to change your whole energy of your whole room, I suggest highly getting into some sort of artwork, no matter the price. Just
because we can co-create the image that actually is the one that you want to manifest in your life.
Oh, wow.
And that's the word that I'm offering.
Whoa, I like that. So you actually work with
the client. I get together, we connect and create a space where I connect with you and we talk about what you desire to manifest. We connect to that part that is beyond the ego. That's why it's called transpersonal. It's beyond the ego, and then we connect with that part that is without the limiting beliefs. And we just let the soul express herself, through symbols, through elements. And with those elements, then we start creating the image that fully manifests all the attributes that you want to experience.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like an affirmation, but in an image that you constantly see, and
Affirmations for everyone is so important. It retrains your subconscious mind. It's a recording part of your brain that records all the things you've heard and all the things you've seen and all the things you watched throughout your life. And then you can actually reprogram with new recordings and new things you see in your life and new things you want to manifest and bring into your life. And that really is the magic of life.
Yeah.
It's the magic.
And then if you can condense that in an image, it's something that you don't even have to repeat because it's there and your unconscious mind is aware of it, and the vibration of that image is in your space already. It's not in your mind anymore.
Yeah.
It's condensed in an image, that has the substance of that specific manifestation that you want to bring to your life.
Wow. So being an artist, actually, if you be an artist in this area, if you draw about some happy, beautiful images and beautiful, like, transcendental, spiritual types of drawings, then you are essentially in the creative process of your own life.
Exactly. And also we use the assistance of some sacred symbols that are well known around the world.
How did you learn about this? It's like, because it took me a long time to get to where I'm at, and I'm still growing, but that's out of this world stuff.
And then we add the energetic messages of that specific symbol that hold that energy to what you want to manifest and sort of empower the whole thing. Yeah.
For the viewers out there, how do you get into the creative process? How do you get into the mentality from the moment you wake up? How does your sort of journey start? I can speak for myself after you explain yours, but I kind of like wanted to hear people getting into that flow state where, like you saw me earlier when I was like doing music and I was getting all hyped up in the morning. I had my mate and my water. And how do you personally?
I think that all processes are co-creation with the divine constantly, and it's just being there. Because sometimes we can connect, or we connect before even we start the process, but sometimes we not. Then we have to sort of have a plan where every day we say, okay, from 10 to 12, I'm going to sit, I'm going to be there.
Like in the morning.
Set an intention. Now I'm here to create.
Take me through like a typical day when you're drawing or when you're planning. Like when you really get good performance, how do you notice things that you do like coffee, entheogens, maybe have a cigarette, or maybe have some sort of good healthy food, or maybe some sort of reading or a good shower, or maybe a stretch or yoga or workout?
I think that this
So you wake up in the morning.
It's everything. Because different days you have different practices, but as much as each practice brings some of the aspects, but the bottom line, I think that these are actually connecting with your body, with yourself. I mean, clear the mask,
Stick around it. Take your shoes off, guys. Take a couple deep breaths. Look in the mirror, or just slowly, just relax. Close your eyes and just let everything go. All the worries, all the heaviness, all the burdens. Maybe even play your favorite music.
And this is what is related to altered state of consciousness.
Yes.
Because in the consciousness that we hold in is where we have all the limiting beliefs.
Yeah.
then when we sort of move outside of that box, then is where we can engage with other possibilities.
Yes. Oh man, the altered states of consciousness is, I feel when I get into a flow state, that's an alternate state of consciousness. When I'm writing and reading poetry or making music, and when I just let everything go and I shut down the reactive mind that just feeds in like the meth head, that's crazy meth head that's inside of your brain. Just shut him out, shut them out, clear, put a safe space around, and things start coming to you. And I believe there's like this boom, just pinnacle explosion of just creative arts and lucid fear breaking through, and there's a technology that just encapsulates on the creative process, and it just becomes effortless. It's not like you're trying anymore. It just comes to you. And your pen is just guided, and
just you have to open the tap.
yeah. I think, yeah, it's hard for a lot of people who aren't creatives, but everyone has that childlike imagination. They just need to loosen it up and just allow it. You know, allow.
It's not fear to rejection, not fear to criticism, not fear to self-criticism.
We all have an inner critic. We all have that going on, and you have yours, and I have mine. I've just broken through a lot of the fears, and my whole life has been fuck what everyone thinks, just fuck it. I had a client who was one of the most inspirational people. She had cancer, and she had about 6 months to live.
Oh.
And she made a seminar up called Fuck It. Just teaching other people just to say fuck it. Doesn't matter. Who cares what you think? That's your own battle. That's your own mission in life. That's your own insecurity. That's your own fear. Fuck it. That's not my baggage. And she did so much good for people just having that seminar.
Wow, when was that?
I was in California in 2013.
She's not alive anymore.
She is. She has prolonged her life.
Yeah, because she learned that lesson.
I'll send an email to her probably later on.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow, yeah. So, you know, keep your goals going, guys. Keep your life zest. Add some art in your life. I'm not sure if you're an artist, but if you're not, there's simple ways to either just go to a museum, because there's an energy in each painting. It resonates in the room. I don't know what it is, but there is quantum beauty inside of this at a physical level. At a physics, deep physics, I believe that there's a level of quantum beauty and blessings, and it's very sacred.
The art of making for humanity, I think that is sacred, because anything that you make, when you cook, when you build anything, any product that you create can become real in your mind to this plane. Yeah. That's all creation.
It is all creation, 100%.
Because you move it from an etherical idea to a physical element.
Such as martial arts, when you practice the forms and punch and breathe and chi energy, and you have an artist who sits back or a violinist who's playing a symphony and he is not thinking about how many things he's got going on in life. He's shutting off and on this different matrix of energy that builds and builds and builds, encapsulates a perfect Zen existence. So the Zen Buddhist sit there in meditation and learn how to breathe and control, and they go into a different plane that is fearless. Fearless. It's a ceremony of life that you can exist in. And we are being trained and brainwashed to react and react and react and react. We all know this. We just don't know it, how to get rid of it.
Right. Sure.
Take a break and sit in silence and sit in hope and sit in all this good stuff. So in taking on challenges,
we don't know how to do it, but this is actually an expression of the only one that can do it is yourself. You the only one that can rescue yourself.
Explain that. That's freaking cool. Yeah. So you can only do it. And what is this?
This is like a hole. You're sort of going down, and this is your own self, and you're the only one that can,
rise above the whole.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Keep on going. I want to. Let's rapid fire these.
This is, art therapy. This is how soul sort of communicate with us when we enter in altered state of consciousness as well, and ask questions. And in this case, the question was, where are you in your life path? To me, I express this like, I have been traveling, and I have been going around and actually passed a few big obstacles in my life.
Yeah.
And I still have to go, but at least I can see.
You can
I can see it is there.
Woo! You can see the heart, just the energy coming out of it. You're still traveling. You can see it. You're climbing the mountain, but you can still see the light, the love. You can feel the love, and it's resonating onto you. That is just remarkable. And this is having this around your office, or having this, looking at it every day when you wake up.
Yeah.
It reminds you.
Yeah.
And it keeps you positive. It keeps you out of the negative bullshit.
Yeah.
Fucking the poison, the war news, and just people upset, and it doesn't affect you when you're on your own.
Yeah, exactly. Because you connect in a different, you're in a different vibration.
Yes.
Together.
Guys, vibration. You are literally magnetized, and your vibration is who you are. When you're funny, when you're laughing, you are on a vibration. When you are loving, kissing, you are on a vibration. When you are creating art, you are on a vibration. Let's talk about this one, because I know we looked at it before. I know we're gonna, guys. This is what a lot of us deal with. We are all connected. This one is not very positive to look at, but there's some truth to it that we feel this. It looks like two wolves are in basking on your soul. It looks like you're wrapped up in leaves, and you have chains upon your neck and chains upon your legs. And what is it? Is that correct? How I'm seeing it?
I entered in an altered state of consciousness through a shamanic ceremony.
Yeah.
Where the shaman induced me through guided meditation and other things that she does.
Yeah.
To one state of consciousness where I could sort of share me look in my blockages.
Okay, sweet.
And then this is what I saw, and I painted. But as well, even though I was, full of chains, and I couldn't move, and I didn't even have a face.
Whoa, no face. Blockages.
But doesn't mean that it's bad as well, because no face, no masks.
No masks.
But anyway, I'm here locked. It's matter. But also, it's like some things, when the work that she was doing, some things were cracking. And this was a symbol. This is quite interesting. I don't know what symbol it was.
Ooh.
It was like a metal plate there.
A metal plate over the heart, it looks like. The heart is our center, it brings in all of our energy, and it takes in all the signals of the universe, connects all the energy, and we're fields of energy. We are fields of energy, people. We aren't just this plain body. We aren't just this physical goop. We are beyond that, and that's where I believe our soul rests and who we really are. You have a plate there. You have to remove the blockages, guys, and then you can move forward. You have to do the work. It's work, but it's not that tough. It's not like getting in a fight with fucking Neo from the Matrix. It's not like fighting the devil. It's literally just like dealing with it and just fighting through all the issues that we had and all the trauma. It's usually the trauma that's there, and all the things that you are feeling like you can't do because of your upbringing.
But as well, in this process, even though that shows that I am still blocked, I can take it out of my unconscious mind.
Yeah.
And I can see it as an observer, and that's a good thing as well, because I disconnect of the energy. It doesn't belong only to me. I am not engaged with that as is me. It's just an aspect of myself.
It's an aspect, okay? It's a part of you. It's not fully you.
Exactly.
It's a little place. It's a signal. What the deeper rooted you is. There's a part of you that's locked up, and you discovered it and drew this part of who is holding you back.
Yeah, and also you
Or
can
what?
see there that these sort of cracks that might start happening.
And you're starting to crack into it. You're breaking through a little bit. That's inspiring, people, because she's doing the work.
Yeah, and we can go through more later. But
Yeah, let's go through a little bit more later. I want to discuss our ceremony. We just embarked on a journey that had been 1 year in the making and a lifetime of dealing with my own, and I'm sure that Monica can speak for her own experience. But I had met an amazing person who mentored me and allowed me to come into his home, and I almost didn't get there on time, and I was just flowing and looking forward to it on my next endeavors in India and Bhutan and Nepal and traveling around the world amongst keeping myself growing and continuing to learn and my mission and my purpose. This ceremony started with me knocking on the door and opening up the doors. And me and Monica didn't know each other yesterday. This is our first day of really encapsulating a friendship and building bonds. And it's such a loving connection to meet someone and them accepting you as a friend and accepting them wholeheartedly. And as an artist, you sort of have to sink into a Wi-Fi signal that you guys connect at sort of a similar level. It's just you had different upbringings. But we get there, and people have already induced medicine, and I'll paint this picture for you, for everyone who's trying to do get into a breakthrough, or get into the plant medicine, or get into some sort of healing methods. It's like 10,000 hours of therapy. It really, I don't care how good of a life you had, we all need some sort of inner work. So we go in the other room, and we start the ceremony, and we say the blessings, we open the space, and we get into a locked-in feeling of connectingness. And I felt like there was already some medicine induced in the group. I came a little late, and it was intense for some people, and but there was still an acceptance to me. And we go in the other room, and I ingest the medicine, and the shaman guides me back into the room, and we have blankets set up in a circle, and we have beautiful chairs and this music that's just flowing and giving us this essence of perfection, of sacred music, and it was very loving space. And I sit down, and I'm curled up in the chair, and I'm just closing and going to a meditation, and all this energy just starts peaking, and I start opening up, and I just go through, like, blast off. I remember seeing, like, blasting off into the astral world, and I'm literally thrown through to a different universe, into a different dimension. I remember seeing that there was triangles, and the triangle on one side, and then in the middle there's this space where I'm at, and there's a triangle that goes into this dimension and a triangle that goes into this dimension, and I went forward into that dimension, and I just see, like, sacred, beautiful art in different colors, and I start, like, flying and just gliding into different worlds, and I start feeling a sense of being cradled like a baby in this universe, like a mother was there and just saying and just telling me, I love you, I love you, I love you, and laughing, and it was just a sense of childhood and knowing that there was so much more to learn and so much more to see, and geometric patterns started, and questions came up that I was asking. I was engaging with this intention that I had set to know myself, to learn more, to take on my next endeavors, my passions, and be fearless on discovering my purpose on every day, and finding, fighting blockages, and I start getting, I feel like I was in a classroom setting, like in a space world, and I was being taught.
It's so amazing how many tools we have these days to clear.
Mm.
It's unbelievable how all this developed lately. I mean,
Yeah.
months ago, years ago, was everything, as you say, hours, 1,000 hours of therapy.
Thousands and thousands.
Yeah.
It literally breaks through all your BS inside, all your earlyhood trauma, all your memories, and it takes you on a journey from the beginning to the end. And I said, I accepted that I wanted to work on these things. And I saw situations as a child and wanting attention and being hated and being bullied upon and memories of fighting and memories of having a great childhood and memories of and just finding all the positives in each situation that I thought was negative at the moment and just sort of revisiting that and saying, actually, this is what I got out of that situation, and actually this is what I got out of that situation. And it took me like I was going to school. It took me through like first grade, third grade, fifth grade, and I go to high school, and I start getting like interrupted by, hey guys, we're gonna go to take another round of this plant medicine. And I sort of came in and out of it, and I'm getting comfortable in the spot, and I wanted to revisit it, and then I would go, a song would change, and I would go into more of that song, and there was one that was like a very Indian-like, and that was perfect because I'm visiting India, and then so it got into that love that's so potent, that open source of love, and that full-on encapsulating in this beautiful velvet, violet perfection of a woman just came and enveloped the whole circle. She came in the middle of it. And she's dancing, and I hear laughing, I hear things like that, and just these brilliant, perfect, shiny lips, and this beautiful tan-skinned goddess just comes down in the middle, and just it seemed like just such fertility in the room, and such all the sexual things were okay to think about, and just loving and just having sex with all of us at once, and just it was just enveloping the whole circle and just loving around it. And I'm a really good open pineal gland to see all this, and it was just the most amazing movie I've ever witnessed, and just continued to explore, and then I got guidance that was like, you need to be prepared for your trips and your travel. You need to learn how to document things beforehand and learn, and don't just take risks, because you're going to be in an area that's going to be foreign.
We actually set an intention, and my intention was to. What was my intention? To allow my soul to experience more life.
More life. Okay.
Yes, to have more soul here.
Doing it now, baby. I like it. I felt like we were connected, because in the middle of the ceremony, I somehow I get up and I walk, and I touch you in the middle of the forehead, and I go like that, and I just remember you were like up and out, and you were sort of like, there was a lot of energy, and you were accepting the energy, and then afterwards you just go back in your chair and just drift back, and then it just became like another place of just calm and zen in the room, and then everyone kind of went for another 20 minutes and was doing more work, and different things came up, and blockages were helping, and didn't you say that you had some sort of, the universe was like like making you feel like you had
yes,
like
I was
sexual clearance, or
I know I was part of the universe, but my energy was like an orgasmic energy.
what did it feel like?
I don't know. I mean, my energy was orgasmic, and I just was flying in the universe and just being blown mind about everything that I was seeing there. And being blown mind, I was having an orgasm with the universe.
What did it look like?
Like an explosion. And more, you know.
And more and more and
Feels
more.
nice in the body as well.
Your body felt good.
Mm.
Jeez. So it's kinesthetic. Your body was more kinesthetic.
Mm. Mm.
Mine was visionary. And the body was, it was, moving. That's cool.
Yeah.
To each their own, huh? Wow. So.
And somehow, if we can learn to see everything as a miracle,
It's a miracle.
and try to focus every day to see one more thing as a miracle. It's like
Nice.
look for the beautiful things. I mean, if you are walking on the street and see a child that is laughing, just connect with the energy of a child or a happy dog, with his tail up, connect with an energy, or watching a flower, growing and enjoy all of that.
Yeah.
That makes the difference.
Absolutely. I mean, that is so imperative.
And that's the energy of the orgasmic thing. If we can connect with that, it's like, blow mind by everything. It's like we just don't even see things anymore.
Yeah, totally.
Mm.
Now, did you have any moments where you visited anyone, like families, or did you have any future projections or manifestations involved in your experience?
You're talking about everyday spirituality or the experience?
Well, yes, sir. Yeah.
Huh.
But you can talk about that as well. Do you ever see the future, or you see like deja vu, or?
No, I see that the future we sort of co-creating the future constantly.
Yeah, totally.
Because even today, if I have an intention for my future, but I happen to be that, I don't know in which base we set an intention. Is with our ego? Is what intention set?
Yeah.
That's the first thing that is important to know. Because if today I set an intention with my ego, maybe tomorrow is not that important.
Do you have a picture that you can show that kind of shows a manifestation? So people who don't know how to manifest and they think that life is just so random, they can kind of find out how to manifest in some sort of way, or
just the picture we saw before that's called abundance. That is something that I wanted to manifest in my life, and that's why I
guys, this stuff works 100%. Ask anyone who's successful. Ask anyone who meditates. Ask anyone who's a millionaire. Ask anyone who has hit records. Ask anyone who's successful in school, art, work, love making, sports. We sports psychologists talk about Michael Phelps swimming 500 races before he even got his first gold. There is a different plane of existing inside the mental psychology of it all. And there's quantum energy. We are all stardust. We are carbon molecules that form around thoughts, and thoughts are so powerful. So be careful what you think, and retrain your brain and recorrect your brain. At the end of the night, go to sleep. Before
be grateful?
Yeah, be grateful. Gratitude. But before you go to sleep, make sure that you revisit things of that day that didn't go so well, and then you can go and like twist them a little bit and say, we have to open our imagination and say, that could have went a bit better. Let's change it. When I talk to that girl in public, I'm just gonna imagine she kissed me on the lips, or she gave me her number, or we set up a date, or or my boss said such a good job.
And what about just to allow that situation that we thought that was negative, just to be?
Yeah.
Because we never know.
Dissipate it.
Do you know that little say? I think it's a Chinese little story. I would like to sort of find a bit more of information about it, but anyway, I tried as easy as possible to say.
Yeah.
This guy that had, horses, and he used to plant and use the horses to put the seeds in his land.
Yeah.
And then one day the horse disappeared. And neighbor who came and said, poor man, the horse disappeared. And he says, no good, no bad. Who knows?
That's it.
And then 2 or 3 days later, the horse came back with the lady horse.
Ah, he was on a romantic excursion.
A dynamic horse.
Nice.
And then all the neighbors come and say, oh, you're so lucky, you didn't have one, now you have two. And he says, no good, no bad, who knows?
Mm.
Then his son tried to, how do you say when somebody goes and can go on top of, ride the
Right, yeah,
horse?
like a horse rider.
That was savage and hasn't been ride before.
Ah, the horse. Oh, you trained a horse like a.
Trained the horse. But the horse kicked the guy, and he's broke one leg.
Oh shit.
And then the neighbors come and says, "Oh, poor now your son broke a leg."
Yeah.
Poor man, and he says, "No good."
What did they do to the horse?
Who knows?
Oh shit. There could have been a reason for that.
And then what happened? The war happened in the country,
Yeah.
and the son didn't go to the war because he had his broken leg.
Oh shit.
That's a good lesson to learn, you know?
Yeah.
And sometimes it doesn't matter what
For
happens.
sheezy. For sheezy, man, easy. For sheezy.
Yeah.
Ah, jeez, we're just getting so deep. I love it. I have a few thoughts to talk about in the great lies of this universe and what goes on. And this is happening to a lot of us. These great lies that we're being told. You know, if you don't follow this, you will go to a dark place. If you don't go to college, you won't have a guarantee of a job. If you don't get a mortgage, you will not be a successful person. If you don't, if you don't get a solid job, then you won't retire at a certain age. Now,
if you don't pay insurance.
Yeah, insurance, the list goes on and on. There's so many great lies. We just need to be pursuing our dreams and pursuing our passion. That is our life purpose. We are all confused, but when we are following our life purpose, we are happy, we are fulfilled. On that note, I got a poem about that. Can we I'll show you guys. It's called Fortune. And I wrote it this morning in her beautiful home, and it's just so much energy there. And I just started getting into the creative process, making music. I'll probably be posting that later on SoundCloud, Bishop One, on SoundCloud or Reverb Nation, YouTube. Check it out.
And I saw him reading the books and getting some info from here, getting sort of inspired by this another image and that music, and got the pencils and everything, and the big pages, everything was there on the table.
Yeah.
He just went into it. He looked like a little child, full of energy.
The pastels are there, and I was just drawing and making it. So this one was inspired. It's called Fortune. Vision quest for miles, my style, living as an angel's, for denies the paddle through the Nile. Wings emerge as the canopies unearth, making peace at ease, gliding on top of identity. The next chapter, we turn the page, until infinity exists. Eagle eye intentions, avoiding voodoo-driven negative spirits. Circles of trance through this life in a vision quest. We are blessed. Take off the chains that you are at rest. Interview the Rasta poet. If you don't believe, you must know it. The lava thickens as you glide effortlessly on top of the volcano, onto the tracks of the lucid, glowing train. Watch out, you might go insane if you allow your brain to react out of the mind frame. The soul craft wanderer of the artist weaves the dream work, glimmering in moon beaming, flow states flowing, radical romance blossoms in the flower gardens. Bumping beautiful music inside, the soul canyon is the deep embodiment, transversing down the mountain lion river. the curves, caressing, lips, moist of life. The sacred ceremonies of connected unity of one, of divine artists. Primal portals open up to discover love, folding into the abyss of black holes, transforming, time-traveling. Jeweled, loyal soldiers guide you, glimmering higher selves into diamond caverns. I hope you guys enjoyed that one.
Beautiful. Wow, and all that flows so beautifully today.
I just had to discover more and more of it. This is an identity that I've found for the last year. This is not my lifelong work. I've only identified these as I've opened up. The music has been identified, and comedy has been identified, because I had to face these fears that were holding me back.
I know.
And it's work, people. It's work. Sometimes it comes off so beautifully, and I feel like I'm floating as I am not even on the ground anymore when that happens. So I'm dream weaving lifestyle design and identifying my life.
I had to tell you something yesterday before the ceremony.
Yeah.
Earlier in the morning, I was invited to meet a lady.
Yeah.
That she channeled celestial and spiritual beings.
Ooh.
And you might have to go and see her as well, because she's quite interesting. And what she does is actually she connects with you and connect with the spirit, and asks which energy would the person that she is connecting with would need most to overcome whatever problem is, challenging the person at the moment.
Okay.
And I was there, and the energy of love came to talk to me.
Damn.
Wow.
Energy of love. How did that feel? How can you describe that to someone who's in their office listening to this podcast, or they're recorded it through? How do you explain it?
Because this energy comes through this lady that she is actually channeling, and this energy talks to me.
So it
asks me questions.
So it comes from some sort of entity that's around, or maybe like a spiritual being or an angel, and maybe gives you a signal?
Through this person, and she talks through that lady.
Ah.
Yes.
Wow. She gets all like possessed? Or?
Yeah, she does.
Jeez. I've had some good experience with that. I've been told I was supposed to go to London, and I was going to have...
No, but this is not talking about what you're supposed to do, because I don't believe in that.
I don't think so. Yeah. They may get the thoughts. They may see the thoughts, but they don't know if it's going to happen.
No.
Yeah. It's our intention, our free will.
And also, it's a free will there.
Yes.
Other things that we bring in, they might connect in certain frequency, but doesn't mean that it's the whole thing.
Yeah.
How it's going to end.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And I have an amazing experience yesterday with that, and love talked to me.
Yeah.
And love told me that I had to, really feel my body and connect with, and open my heart, and open to
you're close off
give,
with it.
yes, and receive. And after this experience, then this other experience happened, and it's fantastic. Yeah.
No, I totally agree with you. That is something we need to take on frame by frame. Let's face it. Let's definitely face these things. I know we're all feeling confused on our purpose and where your life is at this moment, and how should I proceed? How should I proceed? Well, we need things like entheogens and ceremonies to sometimes really slow down and get all the confusion away and clarify our path.
And also being able to
Vibration.
talk to people that understand your language, that has been through similar processes.
You're the product of the 5 people you surround energy with.
Yeah.
to explore and ultimately love to engage on the growth experience and mastermind with groups of people, discover the audience to keep on helping and to if helping and giving and the whole circle, finding some sort of spirituality. Without having some sort of spirituality, it's like having lungs that have a hole in it that you cannot totally breathe a deep breath. Like I believe, there's so many people who are just, I'm atheist, I'm this and that. I'm like, yeah, well, you're fucking. You can just tell they're not very happy at that moment. They're just avoiding something.
Because people confuse, what is religious and what is spirituality.
Yeah,
it's a totally different thing. I don't consider myself religious.
Yeah.
But I do consider myself very spiritual.
Same thing. But we're told that only if you follow the Christianity path, if you follow the Buddhist path, you won't go to heaven because of this. I always argue with people. I went to church, but I was like, fuck it, I was a bad boy. And I was like, I'm gonna ride my motorcycle the fuck away. And they would, disgust me with this whole, everyone's gonna die if they don't believe in this. I'm like, listen, dude, there's fucking 5 billion people that aren't Christians or whatever. It's not just they're just going to go into the abyss. They're good people. They're helping their communities. They're zen. They're meditating. They have a different form, different process to get to that final place. And just they're in harmony with themselves. So, laugh, love, and don't take it so seriously. It's not the spiritual people that are really spiritual. They're not phonies. They're people who enjoy the life of just loving, living, and enjoying.
And this spiritual being says to me, I am living. I am living and flowing.
Yeah.
I am loving and glowing.
Yes, I saw that picture in your house.
Have you? Yes, that was said by the spiritual being to me.
What's up with the people that are like these mini celebrity types? Do you know the type, like they live on the social media, they get 100 likes everything they post, they get like so much fanship, and they're probably most likely beautiful or very charismatic, and they hog tie everyone into following them and their spiritual guru and their workshops and things like that. But at the end of the day, you meet them one-on-one, let's just say, and they're not exactly who there's something not resonating, and they're not connecting sometimes when you meet them, and they feel like they're so high ahead of you.
Yeah, but sometimes it's the way that you would like to project yourself. That is ego-based, maybe.
The ego.
And when that's the reason why you want to project yourself like that. I know I have friends that write idiot things in the world, and they have 60 likes, and I go, what?
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
But on the other hand, I think that we're projecting as well constantly the people that are going to like what we say. Because if we believe that people wouldn't like what we say, that is our self-criticism inside, then we wouldn't find any fun.
We have to. The many celebrities, I feel like they're like so popular, and they're like the popular kid in school that they get all the attention. They may even have great persuasion skills, and they feel, but at the end of the day, they're doing the ice bucket challenge, and like 100,000 people like them, and they're like, but they're offering value to the world, and they're offering value for the friendships. And I'm like in between. I'm not liked by everyone. I'm not the most popular. So I got to come to terms with maybe I would like to be that way, but I know it's sort of like the realism isn't there.
Tell you one thing. I had a boyfriend once. He was a very well-known musician.
Yeah.
And he played in the opera house.
Yeah.
And when he was in the scenario, in the stage, he was fantastic, self-confident, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
That I couldn't, because I am not that type.
Yeah.
But then, in the social things, when we were having a party of 6-10 people, he didn't exist. He had such low self-esteem that he couldn't really engage in any conversation.
Balance that yin and yang.
But he was able to play without problem in a stage with 2,000, 3,000 people looking at him.
Damn.
But there is where he had the power.
Mm-hmm.
Because he didn't allow his intimacy, I mean, he didn't trust his intimacy with anybody. But yes, his image. The mask that he was wearing was okay.
Yeah, the mask. There is a mask.
Yeah, many masks.
I see through those so quick, and I can even see it through social media. I'm like, okay, show me who you really are, you know? Because that's not who you are. That's and when I do interviews, I get to really see that. And when they admit some things they've done badly, like there's this, they don't want to, they're on a front, and they don't want to expose their true selves. So they're on that front, and what everyone appears to love, they don't want to give anyone anything that could be considered to be away from what they think, and then that gets exposed eventually. You know, they do like a crime, or they get exposed for having have done something that's against what their beliefs are. Sometimes
even showing weaknesses.
I think that's more relatable. Self-deprecating, like I don't have it all together. I'm a freak show sometimes. I'm on a comedy show. Sometimes I'm talking about midgets. Sometimes I'm talking about polar bear noises, and I'm talking about you know, hanging out and doing stupid things, and like I'm exposing that, and then people judge that. I think sometimes they see it negatively. They see that being like
but
a
people
weakness.
That charge because they charge themselves first, then that's why they need to charge other people.
Yeah, they're judging themselves so much,
yes.
But you know,
because they have been, treated like that when they were young, and that's the way that they relate.
Like I got a bit about politically incorrect orgasms, and when I do that bit in front of a serious crowd, sometimes people go, "Oh my god, it's a politically incorrect orgasm." You're saying Obama during the middle of your orgasm, or you say like Nazi Germany, or you say like
What is that?
Just like when you're right before orgasm, you have like a moment where it's like connecting, and then you just say something really wild. That's what the fuck? You say like I love sex with dogs, or.
And why you do that?
Because it's funny, and it's a bit. I don't really do it, but
you know what I had actually last week, the last meeting from Twitter.
Yeah.
Was a lady that she was a witch, and she said that sometimes to do one of the how do you say
when you clear?
When you sort of how do you say when you do witchery and you sort of set an intention, but it has another name in witchcraft. Set up the intention for cut the spell.
Oh shit!
And then if you cut the spell, one way of doing it is when you're having sex, but you just said, and instead of saying an idiot thing, say something that you want. The NW, blah, blah, whatever you want, but visualize it. And then
I want that Ferrari.
Yes, and if we do that there, it's sort of enhanced by the sexual energy of the orgasm. She said that.
Oh my gosh. There's something amazing about that orgasm moment. It's like you transport to a different galaxy.
And that's what I experienced yesterday in the ceremony.
We live our life for that moment of that orgasm. We live for that moment of climbing to that peak, the pinnacle of life, and live that moment of that of plant ceremonies, and live that moment of being on stage or being recognized for our artwork, or doing a podcast. But
sometimes that's the thing, not get hype for being recognized. Just, walking
the ego
the path.
Does it, but yeah.
Walking the path, find the high, when
do it for yourself.
When you were this morning, I could see your happiness when you were gathering everything. That was the energy, the creative energy, flow. That's beautiful. I know how you felt.
It's the energy of the room.
Yeah.
Because you got to ride that flow state, because it dissipates if you don't react on it. And I'm just now embarking on that flow state creative process more so, and I'm doing it with like purity, not hey, look at me, or being like the center of attention. Hey everyone, look at me, look what I'm doing, because that dissipates, like Peter said the other day. he says when you're like trying to be the center of attention, which is ultimately the shit that I'm working on, is being the center of attention gives you gives your energy away, gives your power away, gives your moment away, and people just get distracted by that. When you're in the moment, they tap into that. And we have a few more things to talk about, but I would like to get some food here. You're so starving, and this has been so cool. But I feel
we
like
haven't been eating much.
no, we're keeping it zen.
Light.
I wrote this down at. It's going to be encouraging. I want to leave this podcast with people who are doing things in this world and escaping the constraints of the cubicle, jail and whatnot, and doing comedy shows and doing artist endeavors, and I'm promoting the most interesting people in the world and promoting ideas that are real and ideals that are reality and ideals that are extremely satisfying, and I want other people to be satisfied. That's my mission, is to awake others, because I've been awake early on in my life to just now tell others. Experience the extreme satisfaction, explore the extremes, doing something nutty and productive, not afraid to be nutty and doing podcasts and 2 in the afternoon on a Saturday, and going to a space fantasy party later on in the day, and traveling to India and doing artist productions and doing weird things that you wouldn't think that the mainstream would like, and you'd be like, oh, I'm being judged. This alleviating the societal pressures, the pressure cooker of society that puts you in a frying pan and fries you up with this pressure.
Yeah. I believe that this image somehow can portray that as well, that we sort of, all of us, we are, they're blocked and contracted to this specific belief system, and putting this seed in your brain, somehow might crack some of the structure, rigid structure.
Yeah, you're cracking that. We have to crack it. We have to face it, guys. Be a warrior. Be a simple poet warrior. Embark on that journey. I'm going to leave you off with this. Quit being a pawn on the chessboard of life. Be a king. Work towards being a rook. Work towards being a castle. So you can make more moves in life. It's the art of learning and the art of discovering and the art of the unknown.
And one thing that I want to say before we leave, that I sort of learning every day, to be friend of our fears, to try to friend our fears.
Face your fears. It's fucking a lovely thing when you face your fears.
Because every time that a feeling of fear comes there, it's very panicking, but behind the fear is hiding that emotion that brought that blockage to us.
And you're facing yours right now, baby. You're facing yours right now, and you have done such an amazing job. And you can see Monica Enrosa's artwork online, monicaenrosa.com.au, and you just want to check out her artwork. I've seen it in person, touched it. It's awesome. And
also we want to co-create something. Something that we want to manifest.
Get in touch with her. Contact me on her site. Go to find out the workshop she's doing. Go to the art store. Purchase something. It'd be phenomenal. Mastery is in the process in your own life, and you can get through it. Contact Altered States of Consciousness. Get your local plant medicine. It is safe. It doesn't have any side effects. It doesn't have. We were fine to drive back. We were perfect. It wasn't a drug. It didn't feel like anything was crazy. It didn't. It was just so pure and loving. Find out what's your unique skill, and come about the skill. How did you come about finding it? Abandon what to say no towards, and to concentrate on your unique passion and abilities. Fact, figuring it out every day will be your life purpose. You can't avoid it. It will find you every moment and will follow you, and she's living her purpose. I'm living my purpose at this moment, and we're going to stay on track and do loving things and keep our karma, because karma's a bitch, people. Don't be flicking people off at the light. Don't be punching people out at the bar. Say peace and love, because free love is abundance. Go surf those waves. Get out in nature. You don't have ADD, you have NDD. Quit giving your kids all these prescription medicines too. Fuck off with that. Give them some love. Give them some attention. Give them some guidance. Give them some books. Do not just schizophrenic. ADD, having too much energy. Harness that energy.
Only labels from this medical system, this economical system. Only labels. They're
That's
all
it.
beautiful, like the plants. I mean, not every flower is perfect. It's just different. What is perfection? I mean,
What is it?
perfection is the plant. It's not the flower or the whole thing. You know, it's organic.
Gotta get that free love. Gotta have that free love. Gotta get that free love. Gotta get that free love. When you take a breath of fresh air, you feel all that despair clear. And you gotta get your body in touch with it. Gotta get that free love. Mwah, I love you guys. You guys are silly, you're lovely, you're sexy, you're beautiful, you're potent. Thank you so much to our lovely guest.
Thank you.
She is shining and she is creating, and please tune in to the next one. We'll have Wellness Travel Companion. Check out Bishop One on SoundCloud, Wellness Travel Companion on Facebook, and Light Spirit Tech. You know the deal. Mwah. Big kisses.